It's time to get in the game, so slug back some painkillers, stretch your legs, pack your mags, throw some frags, and get ready to put some bodies in bags. My name's Rugaboom, and I'm here to show you a day in the life of a casual gamer. One who throws caution to the wind, skill out the window, and just has a good time. Step 1, I'm in the training ground practicing my headshots, peek shots, jump shots, leg shots, all the cool stuff I see on YouTube. I'm throwing nades, I'm jumping all over the place, I'm practicing anything that I think I might actually attempt in my next match. Gotta wake up your muscle memory from the last time you played, especially if you don't play very often. Step 2 is to hit your first covert ops of the day. I like to throw everything I learned in the training room out the window and just kinda stand still and be a bullet sponge.
There's no semblance of tactics here, just pure rage against the machine.
Low health and no meds, I'm just gonna take as many with me as I can. None of this would help in an actual game, but it's good to get the bad stuff out of the way before a real match. Now it's my time to shine. With only 7 health left, I've spotted a player, so I'm gonna shoot everything but him so that when he kills me, he's left with a very high heart rate. Step this one, I'm jumping into my first tactical ops of the day, slugging back more painkillers than I slug back coffee. You always want to have a goal in mind when you enter a tactical ops match. Mine this time was to hit the safe on the 3rd floor of Port Authority and get out safely. I'm rushing in with my favorite companion, Mr. Noob himself, the DP-12. I like it because it's cheap, saves pocket space, and knows how to have a good time. Today I've got it loaded up with Type 8s, because I'm a leg man. Weapons that have a high ergonomic rating, as well as high hip fire, paired with the Samsung Aim Assist crosshair that I'm using here, allows a noob like me to hang out in the game a little bit longer. I love to rush players, and a gun like this keeps firing no matter how close I get. No matter what map I'm on or what team I'm playing with, I'm always looking to be a good squad mate, so I always bring an extra smoke grenade in case someone goes down. Always revive your buddies. This game is heartless enough without being heartless yourself. And if you're lucky, you'll have good teammates that'll return the favor. Being a good squad mate goes a long way. I try to do everything I can to help my team, from using comms, to covering them while they're looting, to even letting them know what keys I've got on me, so that when I go to loot, they can come and share in the fun. This doesn't work with every player on every map, but when it does, it's usually a good time. I always like to share some extra gear at the end too, like drinks and painkillers, so that we get to the extraction point strong and safe. Noobs are stronger in numbers, so stick together out there. Focus on survival, and the rest will fall in place. By the 3rd match, I'm warmed up and ready to move it and noob it, so I slug back some painkillers and see what the team's up to. As no one responds on comms, I realize I've got to figure out my own plan. So as we all run around like chickens with our heads cut off, I decide it's time to head to Shorewind Lane and set up a strong position there. With the lack of communication, I have one teammate in one position healing, while another one's going prone in the middle of the alleyway, so I try to get to some high ground and see if anyone's going to come help me secure this doorway. I tell my team that I don't have a long-range weapon to hold that alleyway and ask for more help on this door, but they continue to fight on their own, and eventually we lose one until the other teammate helps me get inside and get safe. While it does appear to be safe at first, I like to err on the side of caution, so I close doors behind me. I wasn't born in a barn, and I try to secure the entire area before checking for loot. I always try to keep in mind that without comms, there's never a clear plan or strategy with a team like this, so I just try to be a good teammate and watch the area, keep it safe, share in the loot, but if I'm going to stop and loot, I try to tuck down somewhere safe while I'm doing so. I always stop looting to investigate gunshots. The last thing I want is to get picked off while I'm getting greedy. Check out the effective range on this shotgun. Is there anything it can't do? Even though I use the loudest gun, I still try to be quiet, because if you run around like my teammate did, you get picked off. You'll also get killed if you block your teammate to rush the enemy with a BM-59.
Now that I've lost my teammates, the noob sweats kick in. Fingers are getting slippery, heart rate's getting up, hands are getting jittery. It's time to get it together. I'm doing my best to listen to the different gunshots and footsteps to distinguish between players and bots. I also throw out the odd grenade to flush out a voice line, and reposition constantly to triangulate where these sounds are coming from. Once I feel comfortable that there's only bots in my immediate vicinity, I try to snag a little bit of loot, but sometimes you gotta clear the bots out too if you think they're gonna be a problem. Here I tried to channel my inner ice stream and was lucky it was only a bot, because I would have been dead if this was anybody else. Since I'm already in the sewer, I just take a moment to check for rats, and heal up, and get ready to go again. I try to keep as quiet as possible while I get ready to get as much information as I can about what's happening outside. I just heard a DP-12. I know what I must do. I must liberate it from its captors. I also heard a Vector, so I know that that's another close-range fighter to watch out for over there. The flower pots are dangerous right now. I head back to my original location because I know it's safer than sitting in those sewers. Now I just need a plan to flush out that rat.
Alto! Don't move!
I made a lot of noise destroying every limb on that bot before putting it out of its misery, so now I've got to figure out if anyone's coming to look for me. We got a Timmy, and now not only is he overweight, he's also deaf. Another one bites the dust, so now it's time to make sure the area is safe again and do some looting. One player down, but I know there's still a rat out there somewhere, because I don't see a Vector or the DP-12 that I'm looking for anywhere. I hear the Vector rat, so I go to investigate. I end up being a little more overcautious than necessary though, because I forgot to close that door and it freaked me out. It's just all part of noob life. The bots are angry with our little rat, and it's making it very easy for me to figure out just where this guy's hiding. Before I put my idea into action though, I need to slug back some painkillers just in case things go sideways. Now you may think that by not aiming the Molotov, I'm demonstrating full noob skills, but actually I want to use the quick toss button so that by the time anybody hears the Molotov light, it's already in the air and on its way.
From downtown!
And that's a hat trick. Not too bad for this noob.
It's time to finish looting and get the heck out of here. There's definitely an art to Tetrising your way to the highest loot value possible, but for now, I'm just trying to get some experience. Sometimes I carry less valuable medical items, but it's just so that I have some extra things to drop if my teammates are in need. Once I've got what I need, I know it's time to head outside and see what the rat's carrying. If you look down the east alley, you'll see the trail of bodies he left behind. I'm looking to loot quick and get out. This area is still a little hot and I don't want to be here any longer than I have to be. I can hear other players rushing to extract. I can hear players sneak walking around in the walls behind me. I just need one more thing. And there it is. Mr. Noob Tube meet Mrs. Noob Tube. Mission complete. It's important to find a playstyle that's fun for you and stick with it. Personally, I like to move quick and shoot from the hip, so if some good loot comes my way, so be it, but if not, I'm not gonna sweat it. It's time to slug back some painkillers and head to extract. I'm not gonna bother with the other bodies. I bet the rat got all the good stuff anyway. I just want to get out safely. Well, that pretty much sums up a regular day in the life of this noob. I'll probably drink some coffee, check the market, sell as much as I can, and pray for some time off to do it all over again. Thank you for joining me on this day in the life of a casual gamer. Once again, I'm Rugaboom, and I appreciate you watching to the end. I'm brand new to this and can use all the help I can get, so feel free to leave any tips or advice about gameplay or content creation in the comments section below. Thanks again, and I'll catch you in Kimona. Like and subscribe.